So
do we need to do that little speech in the beginning?
We don't, but I will just announce for the record that we do not have a quorum of the planning board present tonight. We have 2 of the 5 members. There might be a third joining us at some time. So this is not a official public meeting of the Newcastle Planning Board. This is an informal discussion with the applicant, and we'll proceed in that fashion. So thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so we have an application here. This is the Panetti application for 2 Main Street in Kisco Park. So this is an application for preliminary subdivision map, site development plan approval, wetlands permit, stormwater pollution prevention plan permit. So it's at, where's the address? It's up there in Main Street, I believe. I don't know if I have the address in front of me. But in any event, so perhaps the applicant can just quickly go through the proposal, and then we'll run through comments that we have so far from staff.
I'll be glad to. Thank you. My name is Theodore Strauss. I'm the architect working with Mr. Panetti. This is a parcel of land that he has owned for some time, and what we're proposing is to subdivide this parcel into 1-lot subdivisions, 1-acre subdivisions, 2 lots, I'm sorry. There is on the lower portion of the existing portion of the property where the house is now, a small wetlands area. What we have done is to consider from that wetlands area, which was designated by Ms. Evans, a recognized land analysis, the 100-foot setback for a buffer zone. And in using the balance of that property, we plan to erect a 1-family residence, its own septic system. That basically is the entire project. We have pre-submitted with to the health department for septic approval, which they have basically granted us. So we're before you now to hopefully get final approval for this 2-lot subdivision.
Okay, very good. Sabrina, do you want to run through your comments, your preliminary comments?
Sure, Mr. Strauss, Mr. Panetti, good evening. I've reviewed your latest submission combined with the submission you previously submitted. And, you know, I've done a comprehensive review of the information that I have. For the background knowledge, it is considered an unlisted action in accordance with the State Environmental Quality Review Act. The town likes to see a full environmental assessment form filled out for unlisted actions. So if you could expand the short form that you did submit and provide me with a full part 1 of the environmental assessment form, that would be helpful.
Those are available at the planning department, planning office?
Yeah, we can get you the form. Felicia will email you the part 1 form.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then on the property, on the plan or in the application that you submitted to us initially on October 19th, it references the property as being in an R ½ acre zoning district, but it is actually in an R ¼ acre zoning district. So we need your application materials to match the plan.
And that fact makes it a little easier on the whole project, I think.
Yes, to make them match.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so you may want to review the application.
Okay.
And make them consistent with the plan. Okay. In addition, there was a coverage calculation worksheet that was filled out. That coverage calculation worksheet, there needs to be one for the existing lot and then a second one prepared for the new lot. Okay. Also, on the plan in the table, on the zoning conformance table, there's several changes that need to be made. We need to put a scale on the plan. We need to change the minimum square foot requirement of the lot to 11,250 square feet. You have 10,890 square feet. And Mr. Strauss, you received my memo. All of this is written down in my memo. Did you receive that?
No, I have not.
Okay. Do you have an email?
Do I?
Address?
Do you
Yes,
have an email?
yes. Do you want to take that now? or-
Yes, if you give us your email, we'll make sure that you get email copies of our information.
That would be wonderful.
Oh, Felicia just indicated that Mr. Pinkett was to give it to you.
I'm sorry.
Does that ring a bell, Mr. Pinkett? Pinetti.
Pinetti.
I thought that was another person.
Yes, be careful. One's a certain background and another's a different background.
All right, Mr. Pinetti, did you receive them?
Yes, no, I didn't receive a memo. I never received a memo to that effect.
Okay, so is it easier for us to print this information and give it to, if you come by the office and give it to you?
That's fine,
That would
yes.
be, yes, that would be wonderful.
We do that. We will print our memos for you. You can pick them up from Felicia in town hall.
Very well, thank you.
When would those be available?
Felicia, is it possible for you to print this material for Mr. Strauss tomorrow? She will have them for you tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay,
tomorrow.
thank you.
Oh, that's
Okay,
great.
if you could do it after 11 o'clock, it'll give her time in the morning to get it done.
Okay,
Thank
fine.
you very much.
Can she also include the new forms?
Yes, she will include the FEA, the full
So we will
EAF
have-
form.
We will have a complete package that will be able to.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll give you a new application form and a full FEAF environmental assessment form. So you'll have all the paperwork you need to resubmit.
Very good.
Okay, and so Mr. Chairman, do you want me to continue reviewing my memo?
No, I think it's best that we can just give the memo to the applicant. I think it's better that way because we're just reading it, they don't see it. But
Yeah,
I just want to let the applicant know that when we do get together with a formal meeting, these are important items that you're going to see in the memos from our planning director, from our town engineer, and from our environmental person coordinator. So what they really are is very helpful in terms of buttoning up the application so that we're in a position that we can take action on it. So in the present form, we couldn't take action on it. We would really consider it to be too preliminary. So these things will, and again, it's a great guidepost for you just to follow all these particulars, and we'll be in good shape to move this forward. I will say that, and I won't speak for him, but there are a number of technical issues that our town engineer has raised in his memo. They're above my pay grade, but it's important for you to look at those as well. They're very technical, but at the same token, they're important so that we know that everything is in compliance with the county's regulations as well as ours. So, Bob, I don't know if you just want to give a flavor of some of the things that you want to talk about that were raised in your memo, which again, we will have for you tomorrow at town hall for you to see and pick up.
Thank you, Chairman. This will be the extremely shortened version. Basically, I broke my comments into two stormwater comments. Basically, standard thing for the new impervious is about 3,000 square feet. Obviously, Mr. Strauss, you have to come up with and use the new DEC regulations. You use a Q equals CAA. That's not an acceptable practice, so you have to change that. Also, too, you have to take into account the water quality. Also, too, when you're doing your driveway mitigation, make certain you put some trench drains so that picks up some water before it goes into the right of way. You're going to need the standard Speedies permit from DEC for the more than 5,000 square feet of disturbance. Also, too, we'll give that to you tomorrow. You have to complete a stormwater management erosion sedimentation application. It's $500 for that. Those are my stormwater comments. General comments, basically comprehensive site plan, basically, which includes driveway profile, garage slab, first floor elevation. Those are all critical components of the plan, so we have a better idea the gradient and how much fill you may have to bring in or cut out. Also show the type of copper line coming in. To Sabrina's point, I'd recommend you put on a graphic scale. Graphic scales I like because no matter what the reduction is, you can always scale it off as opposed to trying to guess what it is. Also, too, this is a big item. I'm going to defer to the planning board on this. You have the most southeasterly corner of the building, probably about 3 feet away from the wetlands buffer. I think, in my opinion and experience, that's kind of unrealistic. I think the minimum it should be is 10 feet. I defer to Dennis on this, but we've had applicants put up chain link fences because of this reason, because it gets so darn close to the buffer. So I would recommend that. I defer to the planning board and Dennis on that. You have to get a street opening permit. I would recommend too, maybe next meeting, you submit a preliminary subdivision plat so everyone can look at it and review it. My last comment, in light of the fact we obviously don't approve, review, or have any authority on the on-site wastewater treatment system, I would highly recommend you get the new updated code that came into effect April 1st. I'll run a copy of that for you tomorrow. So take a look at that. That might change some of your design parameters for the septic. And those are my comments for now, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Also, the applicant mentioned that Beth Evans had delineated the wetlands. Do we know when that was done? Was that done within the past year?
Yes, was done. Yes.
It was done within the past year.
Terrific. Okay, we'll need some evidence of that. That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, we'll have
A letter from Ms. Evans.
Super. Thank you. Dennis,
Okay.
you had some comments, or you want to run through the executive summary of your comments and or whatever? Are you there, Dennis? Is Dennis still muted?
Unmute. No.
Well, the environmental coordinator has a very short, brief memo as well, which again we'll provide. Oh, there's Dennis. He's unmuted. I'm sorry.
There.
It's weird.
Yep.
My phone, my computer overrode my phone. That was weird. Okay. Hi. Yeah, I got a chance to visit the property. If Ms. Evans did the delineation recently, did she leave the flags up? Because I didn't see any flags out there, and I need to verify the line.
well, she did it, and that's all. And we surveyed according to what she, told us.
Right. On your survey, which I was able to get a copy of when you guys provided it for one of the pre-application meetings, there's a note on the survey that says, wetland boundaries shown hereon delineated on August 11th, 2010 by Beth Evans.
Yes.
That has been updated. Yes. Okay, we will make sure that's corrected.
I will have
Okay, and make sure that the flags are in the field as to where the wetland and non-wetland is, because I need to see that. When I went out there just the other day on June 1st, I was standing presumably in the wetland, but I did not see any of the flags that are depicted on the plan or the survey. So I need to see those because I need to see in the field where that line the delineator decided was the wetland, non-wetland line, not just on a plan, but actually in the field.
Okay.
And Mr. Strauss, this is in Dennis's letter that Felicia will provide to you tomorrow in
Okay.
his memo.
That will be a big help. Thank you.
Yep. Good. Dick, did you have any comments separate, apart from what we've heard so far, or anything that you wanted to emphasize or question?
We're flagstaff, but
No, we're, with this new data, we will get everything updated and the application. Excuse me, get the application completed. Yes.
Okay, terrific.
When you resubmit that, we'll put you back on the agenda.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. Yep.
We'll see you sometime after 11:30 tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
have a good evening.
Yep. So we cannot adopt minutes because we don't have an official meeting. So, Dick, I'll accept your motion to close the unofficial meeting as well as your second.
Well, this unofficially is Dick, and he's saying, let's close the meeting.
No objections whatsoever.
Thank you for your unofficial comments.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
I
All
love
right,
these
so,
short meetings. Wonderfully done. Wonderfully
exactly.
done.
All right, yes.
You don't know how much I had to talk Tom into not coming so we could do this short.
I hope the check clears.
I hope all is well. Yes.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
Very good.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night.
All right. Good night, thanks.